Hi everyone, this is Kevin, here with the Stealing Solo review. Now, for those who have not received Stealing Solo yet, you're going to have to check in between your Bed Bath & Beyond flyer and the supermarket flyers, or in the supermarket flyers that you get every week that goes straight into the trash, because the post office mistakes this for trash, which it is. So just be sure to look through your flyers and, you want to read this. You want to just get a couple chuckles out of it. So, I finally got the chance to read it. I don't know, many people saw my video from yesterday in which I, showed the other Comicsgate books I got, as well as how this just came in, shipped like this, with no envelope whatsoever. Now, before we get into the book, I want to go to my laptop over here. I am not the best editor, so this is all going to be one recording, and I just want to show some little things on some pages I have up. So, we have Stealing Solo, the Indiegogo page, where he raised $52,000, as I like to call it, stealing $52,000. And there was many perks, including the $20 perk for the book, which over 1,000 people got. The signed comic book, February of 2019. Oh, what's this? It's December of 2019. That's a little late. So, only 19 people got this, the blank sketch cover variant. Okay. The book poster combo. That's what I got. Because, I always like to give a little bit extra to some of these creators just to see what's going on and give them a couple extra bucks. So with this, you're going to get the signed comic and the signed art print and receive a 11 by 17 art print. Same thing, blank cover and the poster. So then you get this. Then you have this one with a shirt for $100. You have J.J. Abrams' mysterious box. And then you have $5,000 to get them hand-delivered by me. And no one got that. I wonder why. So, I just want to go over here to some of the updates. Because, it's been the blame game and this and that. Now, before that happened, we had an update back in October. It's done. Hey folks, just wanted to share the good news. It's complete. I'm having an editor give it a final glance. It'll be on its way to you this month as guaranteed. As guaranteed. Wait a minute. As guaranteed by who? It was guaranteed February of 2019. So every update, he did update every month or so with all the delays and this and that. I can't believe it. And So over here, this is me, just showing you what I got. The book poster combo for $40, it is really $50 with the $10 shipping and handling. Back in August of 2018, and it says I will receive a signed copy of Stealing Solo, written and drawn by Jeff Hicks. The book will be colored and lettered by professional talent and printed to exceed industry standards. It will be shipped in a comic-friendly mailer directly to your door, and you'll also receive a signed 11 by 17 art print. Ooh, what was the art print? I don't even remember. So, over here, I also wanted to show you, so these were some of the stretch goals. As you know, he got $52,000, so at $30,000, we got the early bird certificate, which I got. I don't know, I must have thrown it out. I mean, I got it a pretty long time ago. It's like a little postcard. Here's a postcard, we're not going to forget you. All right, there. And then at $50,000, which was supposed to be included, the Ashcan edition, which I don't think he knows what an Ashcan is. An Ashcan is a separate book, and he put the Ashcan in at the end of this book. Anyway, now I have tried to go about getting a refund by sending messages saying, as you can see from one of his updates here, was it an update or was it a video? I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, here it is. The official update. Good news. I've taken care of the issue at hand. And long, short story, everyone's getting a new book. After the holiday, a new order will be placed and everyone will receive a new copy. Just think of your current copy as a rough draft. But don't discard it, because one day, the rare misprinted version of the book may just be the most valuable. Thank you for bringing the issue to my attention. So listen, I sent an email to Jeff a couple days ago saying, responding to this update saying, look, I don't want a new copy. I want my money back. you know, I'll send you back the old copy. I don't want it. It was terrible. So, and then he does a video claiming where apparently he was fired from his job. He was fired from his job. Wait a minute. They have a Patreon page. Now, on the Patreon page, you can give $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month. You can give all this money. And he has 230 people. It gives you the stats, folks. 230 patrons at almost $1,200 a month. So, I mean, along with the ad revenue from the videos and the super chats, they do live streams at least twice a week and they get super chats. I mean, this guy's making plenty of money. I mean, lowly old me, just give me my $50 back. That's all I'm asking. And we're going to go back to the laptop here in a second, but let's go to the meat and potatoes of this story here in the book. Stealing Solo. Stealing $52,000. So the cover here is supposed to be Han Solo as a toy in a package, hanging up at Toys R Us. Where's Toys R Us? What happened to Toys R Us? So the book starts out, in a cinema far, far away. Let's get a good angle here. And he's screaming at all these other people who enjoyed the movie, like, oh, they ruined it. What's going on here? Oh. And he's making the same dopey expression over and over again. He can't eat. He can't sleep. Here's all the people in it. So Jeff is the writer and artist. And you have Fabri Ferdion and Dan Alvera as the colorist. And Letter Squids as the letterer. And Dustin McNeese as the editor. Oh, high-level talent right there. Never heard of any of them. So he's beside himself, and all his friends are like, dude, what are we going to do, It's just a movie. They're telling him it's just a movie, and he like flips out at one of them. He's screaming. So they have this great plan to go to find Harrison Ford, and there he is, Doesn't look that good to me. The thing with these characters, too, like the SJW characters, I mean, I get these look like their own, who they are. They're real people. But why do they have bellies? All of them have like little beer bellies. I mean, like the college frat boys with their beer bellies. Like, look at this guy. What is going on there? And he's going to beat up Harrison Ford. I bet you Harrison Ford could take all these guys. But that's beside the point. It's just boring. So they get him. And this face here. So I wanted to show you on the... he thinks he's The Rock. And in every one of his videos, he does this sort of thing where he's talking about the subject, and he has this face, and he's so proud of his avatar, and it's like, I don't understand. He's trying to be The Rock, and no one will ever be the great one. That is for sure. Anyway, that's it for the laptop. That's all I wanted to show you with that. So, I had in my other video where I was talking about how it was in black and white, and I understand that because he's going into the basement, and it's black and white to show that it's dark, but that's just lazy. There's no reason for it to be dark, and instead, just use, a little grayscale or something, but to make it black and white, that's ridiculous, man, terrible. So, it's just boring, really. They're just talking about, like, what are we going to do with Han Solo? Or Harrison Ford, we have him in the basement. What is going on here? Oh, so let's make a movie and refilm The Force Awakens. Totally boring. And then Harrison Ford finally starts talking, and he's like, dude, you guys are freaking nuts. You're out of your minds. And they are. And like the black and white is just lazy. See, that's them putting the bag over his head, and it's like, it's just taking away panels where they can do stuff. It's all taking place in one room, really, aside from when they were at the airport. There's nothing really going on. And there's Harrison Ford with his freaking midriff. I mean, do we really need to see his belly hanging out? He's skinnier than these guys, and he's their grandfather's age. Look at him. So, it goes on, and it's just boring. And Jeff becomes Chewbacca, and they're filming these scenes. And I was falling asleep reading it. That's why it took me so long to read it. I got it a couple of days ago, and I just couldn't take it. And look, this guy with the belly. What is going on here? I thought we were supposed to be like heroic and superhero like characters. So I don't know. They're persistent about filming. There was one line, I gotta see if I can find it, where, yeah, right here. This guy, he says, yeah, don't worry, I'll fix it all in post. Harrison, sit over there. Like, that's what they're thinking here. Like, oh, we're just gonna draw this shit and we'll fix it in post in the editing. Oh, didn't really happen, man. You rushed it out, and it was not good at all. Not good at all. But everything is the same color tone. And there's nothing really exciting. So, you know, they're hassling Harrison Ford, and the poor guy gets crushed by the garage door and pretty much is killed. And now they're sulking like, we killed Harrison Ford. What have we done? This guy's still in his costume. And then the other friend comes in and is like, oh shit, Harrison Ford is in the freezer. What are we going to do? So then they're just like going around like the college frat boys they are. And they're going to Hollywood because, would you guess, they need to film more scenes. And now they're going to hassle Alden Ehrenreich, the Han Solo from the movie Solo. So that's the book. I mean, it's boring. To wait that long for this is not worth it at all. It'd be one thing if the book was good, but it's terrible. So then you have the Anthology, which is the supposed Ash Cannon, and there's 3 little stories here. This one is about some sort of senator. Hastings, if anyone knows the Hastings thing with Obama, it's pretty interesting, but this guy has no idea with what's going on with politics whatsoever. You can tell, like, the little you listen to him, he's got no clue. So I wonder where he got that name from. And the lettering is so small. It's not very big at all. So it's just about the senator and this guy. He's got to vote. You know, the world is facing a plague, and 7 million people could die. So I don't know. And then, so look at this right here. There's Obama, right? And you see the text there? And look at Obama's head. Like, there's a line going through there. What is that about? Very poor editing job there. That's like SJW Marvel level flaws, you know? So that's the end there. It turns out that, I guess his wife asked him, you know, to meet him before he went to bed, and he didn't. And they had this vote, and their son was sick, and he ended up dying because of the plague. I don't know. It's like, what, 6 pages? It was short and lame. So this is the really terrible one with the, you know, I call her the Kristen Stewart-looking character. And they're driving, and they're still driving, and she's like, oh, you're getting dangerously low on fuel. Oh, we'll make it to the next gas station. And it's 10 miles away. And I mean, look at that face. I mean, that's like, look at the fingers. It's like freaking Tumblr right there. I mean, look at that hand and look at that hand. What is going on there? Is she E.T. or something? So, I mean, you just look for yourself. It's just, basically, they're looking for gas, and they go to the 7-Eleven or whatever, and no one's there. And the faces, my God, and this thing, you know, where's the editing? And the lettering is so small. I really had a tough time. I had to get a magnifying glass. And basically it turns out that there's these nuclear fallout-like people. I don't know what the hell's going on. And then this too. He's speaking and that just jumps right over it. Not good. So, boring. Boring. What is happening? It's all the same trace over and over again. So then that just ends, and I guess they kill her off screen. And then this is just weird. This is like another black and white, and it's some sort of baby pictures. And I had a tough time understanding what was going on here. And then you see at the end, it's some dude like cross-dressing as you know, a woman. I have no idea what the hell's going on. And then it just ends. And then you have the special backers back here. And I went through trying to see if I could recognize some names here. I was going to highlight it, but I decided not to because the names were so small. But some of the names really stuck out to me. You had Ethan Van Sciver's name was on there. Jeremy Griggs, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers was on there. You had Doug TenNapel was on there. You had Mitch and Elizabeth Brightweiser were on there. The prominent Comicsgate creators and Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. There were some names in there that I recognized from Super Chats. And then there was also this guy, Jesse Miller, who, if many people remember the early days of EVS's streams, he was a big moderator. And when Evan had the little Fall of Rome stream where, he made himself to the victim pity party, Jesse began calling him out for his bullshit. He was a big moderator, was calling him out for his bullshit, and has since been demodded and never been heard from again. But I encourage you to look him up. He had the channel Jesse Miller at the Crow's Nest, and hasn't done any videos on Comicsgate lately, but around like 6 months ago, you had him and Big Steve, who are big Comicsgate creators, really railing against it and warning of the early signs of what was going on. And it's amazing to see all the names in here. You had the Midnight Cherries names were in here too. And as you know, they were former supporters of the Comicsgate creators. And everyone is really soured on these creators because they're late. And it's one thing to have a late book, but when you have a book with such terrible quality, such horrible quality, it's really, there's nothing that stands out about it. I mean, it's really, that's the same face over and over again, but just, the mouth is smiling. And it was easy because these characters are his friends, and it's easy to draw them, and it's like, he didn't really go out anything special. And this, with the whole dark going into the basement, and that's why it's black and white, is just lazy. And when you have that much time, you're so late with the book. I just don't quite understand. I don't understand why it would take more time and try and do a better job. And it doesn't take a lot of money to, it takes like $10,000 to fulfill a good campaign. So where did all the money go? You have a Patreon where you're making $1,200 a month. You do 2 live streams a week at least where you're getting super chats. You're collecting ad revenue. I'm not sure. Maybe he has a merchandise website. So what are you talking about? You can't give people refunds, and they're acting like I'm a victim. I got fired from my job, supposedly, he says. Dude, you're making money on YouTube. What are you talking about? So I just don't understand why, they're acting like they're the bad guys. And I heard somewhere on one of his videos, or someone was saying in another video, I think it was the Comic Book Hut, was saying that more people are excited about this project more than ever, and he's going to have a second printing, and more people are going to buy it. Are they stupid? I mean, that's the Phantom Menace cult right there. They're just going to buy it because it's endorsed by him. It is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So I thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something here. And for a floppy, if you get a floppy from Marvel today, they'll have this, the cover, and on the back they'll have like the Avengers Endgame on the back. They'll have something on the back. Put something on. Put a pinup on the back. Put something, man. It's blank, and then you're gonna pretend like you didn't mean for it to be shipped this way. Why would you leave it blank? And where's the return address? I don't understand. So thanks for watching, and I'll have another video real soon. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Bye.